Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Joe Wednesdays. How are we doing? I don't think I made the best color choice on shirt today because it kind of is very sharply different from everything else in the room, but that's okay. Hope it's not too distracting now that I pointed it out. Let's see what's been going on this week. I think I made this joke before, but I think Lydia's in the Fight Club again because with the amount of scrapes and bruises that she has on her right now, she's got some good scuffs on her elbows and her knees and all that. But then I had to sign an incident report on Monday from her daycare because she had some like nail mark scratches on her face, and it's just like, what is this girl doing? And like, I think she's being a toddler is what she's actually doing, but that's okay. It's still, you know, there's some level of like being concerned as her parent, but at the same time, like just kind of like it is what it is. As long as she's not killing herself, I guess whatever. But you don't want to see your kid get hurt, but what can you do? um, but on the Lydia front, I did have an interesting discussion with another dad the other day at daycare, and I think I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this actually needs to be a thing I do, but I started kind of networking for Lydia a little bit, because like her dad was, or not. Sorry, I'm her dad. This other dad that I was talking to, he just started a conversation asking me if Lydia was still in toddler too, and he was kind of surprised because his kid had moved up into the preschool room in May, and I told him it's like we must have like just been on the edge, and like Lydia wasn't potty trained yet or anything like that. And then he was saying that him and his son were in pretty much the exact same boat where his son wasn't potty trained yet, and they were moving up to preschool where he needed to be. And it was like, well, wait, okay, we're just gonna have to like steamroll through this thing now. And it's like, so I don't know. It was a little comforting to hear that I wasn't the only parent experiencing the same thing with their kid. But then I just kind of got the courage to ask the questions like, so hey, would you be interested in doing like a little like play date with our kids? Because like I know Lydia has been missing playing with your son since he moved up into the next grade level. I know she's been like talking about him and that kind of stuff. So, would you be interested in maybe like meeting up at a park and having a play date or something like that? And he was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. Let's and then we exchanged numbers and all that kind of stuff, and it felt kind of odd because it's like obviously that might be something that I do for me as for like a friend to friend, but it felt kind of odd doing that in Lydia's stead. So I don't necessarily know if it's the right thing to do or not, but I don't know. I think it'll end up being a good thing in the end. So a few interesting stories for me this week. So I've talked about my mosquito bite allergies before. Um, I have been finding that treating bug bites with ice, like I used to when I was younger, have not yielded such great results in the last couple of weeks to months. I'm not sure if this is just a getting older thing or maybe my allergy is changing a little bit. Um, but I've been finding that if I ice a bite too soon, it actually gets a lot of skin irritation around it, and it's I don't know if it's like frostbite per se, but it's like my skin is definitely more sensitive to cold around an insect bite, and while that used to help the swelling, now it doesn't, and it only actually irritates my skin more. And I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna do now, right? But then Ashley kind of just asked the general question, like, well, why don't you take allergy medication for it? And I was sitting there, I'm like, well, why would you take allergy medication for that? And like, I don't know why. So here's the thing. Like, I didn't really have any like seasonal allergies like to dust, pollen, that kind of stuff. I don't really have to deal with that. So, but I kind of had it in my head that we like any like Claritin or allergy medications, you would take that for like seasonal stuff that's kind of like affecting your sinuses or something like that. I did not make the connection that like you could take an allergy pill for other types of allergies. And so I figured now that the ice isn't working, why not give it a try? And so I took like one of those just like a 4 hour antihistamine or whatever. And when I got bit, and I found that like the redness around the bite that I normally have was gone. And I was like, God, are you telling me I could have been doing this for years and I would have been fine? So unfortunately, like, again, it was just kind of like one of these weird connections in my mind where I didn't think that a certain medication had additional uses, but then I was like, it was kind of obvious once it was actually tried. It's like, this is the obvious solution. Why didn't you do it before? So oh well, lesson learned and boon gained, because I definitely am not going to have nearly the amount of trouble with allergy or with insect bites that I have before if I just take a 4 hour allergy pill after I get bit. It's actually helped like way reduce the amount of time that I've had a reaction to it than I have in the past. So that's great. So so lastly, I just wanted to share a funny story with you. There was some Final Fantasy music that came up on my Spotify that, for whatever reason, triggered a memory of a Spanish project that I did back in the day, and kind of made me realize that while the video editing stuff has been new for me in the last year, my interest in it goes all the way back to like high school days, because there was this one Spanish project that I had to do, and I had a buddy of mine, Sam, help me put it together, and it was a kind of funny circumstance, because not only did I go well above and beyond what the video had to look like, I also didn't really technically do the assignment. So what you had to do is you had to get in front of a camera and film yourself talking about your house in in Spanish, for like a script you memorized that you didn't just read off of a script or anything like that. And you basically just had to talk about different rooms in your house and different things in the rooms in your house and that kind of stuff. But I, like, as far as like the filming of it, I went well above and beyond what I needed to do, because I had like 3 different Final Fantasy VI soundtracks in mind that I wanted to use for each of the 3 different rooms I had to talk about. And I did my introduction into the bedroom was me playing the airship theme, and like it has this nice building crescendo into coming into the room. And then there was like another one that was kind of more of like this like party bar music, and I had that like going down the stairs into my basement to talk about my basement and that kind of stuff. I thought it was really cool. And then my buddy Sam had the video editing software, so he actually helped me kind of edit it and put it all together. The thing was, I definitely had to read off a script, because I was trying to put the audio in for where I wanted to talk about each of the different things in the room, and then I was actively like using the camera, and I was filming the whole thing, so I wasn't in front of the camera the whole time. So I definitely cheated on the entire assignment. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. But as luck would have it, like my buddy Sam, once we were done, we just put it on a flash drive, and I turned in the flash drive to turn in the assignment, and then basically everybody else burned it onto a CD, because the teacher was intending on playing each student's video on the TV, and that was going to be like the day or two that it took to get through everybody. And she couldn't figure out how to play mine for the class, because the TV in the room only had like a DVD player. It didn't have like a USB jack anywhere. So she watched it separately, and then gave me full credit, because I think the amount of effort I put into the actual video portion distracted her from the fact that I didn't do the assignment at all. and since nobody else in the class saw it, nobody called it out. So in the end, thanks Sam for getting me an A on that project. I really appreciate you helping me out on that back in the day. And but apparently my interest in how I wanted to do videos has long since been in the back of my mind. So hope you enjoyed the story. I think I'll cut myself off here. Have a good week, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.